Hey, Paul, what happened?
Hey, Mark, how you doing? Yeah, good to see you again. I write basically a whimsical opinion piece for the Portsmouth News, and it was a few weeks ago. And the main piece was essentially a question, which is, should we be looking at everything through the prism of race, gender, and sexuality, with a subtext of, is everything really racist? And I pointed out the Bridgerton actor's comments about the balcony at Buckingham Palace being terribly white. And I said, do you know what? I'm pretty sure she never meant too much harm by that, but she probably felt very comfortable to say it, because why wouldn't she do in this climate? And I just pointed out, quite whimsically, that if it was to be said the other way round, there would be a problem. And the message that I got back from the editor at the time was basically asking me to rewrite, because racism is a very sensitive subject, and we don't think that and they didn't think because I was white that I should be talking about it.
Indeed, and of course that, you know, is a pretty painful experience for you. You've had a good relationship with the paper, and I think that the editor is a decent person, but they sound like they've bowed to the woke mob.
Yeah. I should say this, right? I don't have any issues with the individuals. I think all it does show is there's two levels of fear here. One level of fear is they are very fearful that if a white person says something about anyone of any colour, it could be considered to be racist. And they're not fearful that if they say to a white fella, you can't do this because you're white, there's not going to be any reprisals. No one's really going to care about it. And they felt very safe in that. Indeed.
It comes down to the fundamental point, Paul, that it's like Martin Luther King never happened. Judge me on the content of my character, not the colour of my skin. Those amazing words have been forgotten.
Yeah, entirely. Do you know, it's mad, isn't it? Because how can we bring... The idea of everything at the moment is trying to get rid of a lot of sort of pain and division in the world. And one of the best ways to do that is to just open up discussion the whole time. Open up discussion. Talk about things. This was a whimsical piece. People can go and read it. It was on Constantine's Substack. And it's a very whimsical piece. I was making a few quite humorous points, and it was just shut down. The thing that interested me the most is I was given no chance to rewrite. I was given no chance to edit. It was just, no, you can't do it because you're white.
Now, are you keeping this column?
Do you know what? I am. And I am currently. I mean, things might change over the next couple of weeks, but it won't be because I make the decision. It'll be because someone else does. Because the reason I write for Portsmouth News is I was born and bred in Portsmouth. I delivered that paper when I was 13, 14 years old. And when the opportunity came last year to write an opinion column for them, I grabbed it with both hands. And I love writing for the people of Portsmouth. That doesn't change. You know, I don't believe in cancel culture, Mark, so I'm not going to cancel them from me writing for them, and I don't want them to cancel me either. They're in a difficult position now. I don't think they can. I mean, if they can on the basis that my work's rubbish, that's absolutely fine, and an editor has every right to make decisions based on what he wants or doesn't want within his paper. But my point is, the colour of my skin is irrelevant.
And that should be the national conversation. Paul, I know you're about to go on stage. Your audience awaits. And let me tell you that you are absolutely one of my favourite fixtures on Headliners.